Okay, so I want to talk about how this year that is coming, this year that is approaching, is your year to reclaim your fertility, but only if you take action now. See, the thing is, a lot of people, they're going to wait for the new year. They're going to wait for the ball to drop, and they're going to wait literally for the ball to drop. But they're going to wait for the ball to drop and for all of the festivities to be over and for it to officially be the new year before they start attempting to implement their New Year's resolutions, if they even have any, right? But you don't have to be that person, and I'm gonna sort of help guide you along the process of like what you can do to sort of jumpstart and reset your fertility even now, even though we are like what, a couple days away from the new year. And it might feel like time is running out, it might feel like time is slipping away, it might feel like, well, what's the point? I'm gonna give you some ways or some strategies and some solutions as to what you can do to sort of even just get over some of that like emotional hump that you may be facing, right? And so again, this year that's coming is your year to reclaim your fertility, but only if you start taking action. And so the reason why that is because your fertility can change within a matter of months. Okay. And for some women, this could just be like 2 cycles. It could be, depending on what your issue is, it could just be a few cycles, especially if your only issue is egg quality. We can get you on track within 2 to 3 months. Okay. Obviously, for some women, it might take longer. And, depending on your commitment and depending on, your schedule, your routine, and what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do, can really determine how fast this is. But on average, in general, for the women that I work with, it takes about 3 months, 4 months. But I've worked with women who within 2 months, within 2 cycles, have been able to conceive a whole baby. Okay. Along with other things, along with shrinking fibroids, eliminating cysts, and no longer having, well, for one woman who faced recurrent miscarriages, that took about 4 months for her to finally be able to conceive her baby. But I'm talking a couple of months, right? So the thing is you have to really be prepared, okay, and really start implementing small changes into your lifestyle, right, that are going to help you to go forward into the new year with the type of resilience that you need, with the type of commitment, and with the right approach, right? And so one of the things that you're really going to want to do is you're going to want to have a plan. You're going to want to have some sort of strategy, some sort of action plan, actionable steps, some sort of routine, something that you're going to be doing daily, right? Because when it comes to fertility and improving your egg quality, we have a very set window, okay? And now this isn't to like discourage you or anything, but we're dealing with your eggs from about 3 months ago, because it takes about 90 days for that egg to go from coming out of dormancy to actually ovulating. And I've made videos, so make sure you go and check the videos that I have on like how the egg process, or the process of like your eggs coming out of just dormancy in your ovaries to actually ovulating and you getting your menstrual cycle. So anyway, that process takes about 90 to 120 days for some women. But you can fast track this. You can fast track this if you have a plan. You can fast track it if you have certain strategies. You can fast track it if you if you have the right support, right? Again, which can minimize it to about 2 months. But again, do that first. So take out a pen and a paper and write down, this is my plan to improve my egg quality. This is my plan to improve my fertility. This is my plan, whatever it is for you relating to your reproductive health, right? And you're gonna want to write out what are the things that you're gonna do on a daily basis. And I like to tell women to focus on these 4 areas. So that's your mindset, your nutrition or your diet, your self-care, and your exercise, right? So create four sections and just write out what you're going to do for each one of those sections. Ideally, you just want to start off with like just one or two things in each section, because the more you add on, the more difficult it can be to incorporate these things on a daily basis. And the more difficult it is, you're not going to want to do it, right? Especially if you're doing this on your own. If you're doing this on your own, I really don't suggest doing anything more than 1 to 2 per category. And, for some categories, literally just stick to one thing. And if this all seems difficult, just choose one category. What are you going to do for your nutrition? And just do one thing there and just forget about the rest for now. And until you master that one thing, then, until then, you don't add anything else. But once you master it, okay, maybe you come up with a meal plan and you've been practicing it consistently for about 2 to 3 weeks, and you kind of mastered it, then you can maybe add something else, like maybe an exercise, gentle exercise routine. Of course, you don't want to do anything too harsh, but right. So you want to do that. You want to have some sort of plan and something that you're going to be able to stick to and stay consistent with, right? So I work with women who have created their own plans, right, before even coming and speaking to me. But the problem is, a lot of times, like, you don't know what you're doing. You just seeing a couple things online, and you're not necessarily sure what you should be doing for your particular plan. So I just want to give you some sort of guidance in this area. So when I say do things like mindset, we're talking about things that you're going to do to, number one, raise your vibration. Because if you even think about the word like low egg quality, a lot of women have low energy, low vibration, right? So you want to do things that are going to raise your vibration, raise your energy. And I know this can sound crazy, but it's like that. It's like what's above, what is so below. So what's on the out is within. So even though we're talking about egg quality, we're talking about energy at the end of the day, right? So you want to do things that's going to increase your energy and your vitality in your body, which is going to transmute to your egg cells, right? So again, something as simple as saying some affirmations in the morning, as starting to really assess your thoughts and start to reframe your negative thinking patterns can help, right? So that's just like an example for mindset. For diet, maybe you want to add some more dark leafy greens, some more like fats such as coconut oil, avocados, things like that, right? And so these are some of the things that I've shared with my clients who were sort of like lost in the sauce, just looking at a whole bunch of things online, and to help them sort of improve their routine and improve their equality over time, right? And so the other things that you could do, let's just talk about exercise. For exercise, I really suggest either some sort of yoga or some sort of like low impact exercise. I know some people like to encourage HIIT, the HIIT, high impact interval training or something like that. I don't necessarily suggest that you start off with that unless you have like a longer term plan. Like if you don't want to conceive for the next year, but maybe you do need to lose some weight, I wouldn't suggest doing something like HIIT. Really, when we're trying to conceive, we really want to say to our body, we want to send the message to our body that we're at peace, we're at ease, that it's okay to conceive, and you want to reduce stress hormones. You want to reduce stress cortisol and cortisol hormones. And for self-care, you could do something like taking a soothing bath, right? Gentle womb massage, things that are going to, again, put you in a state of relaxation, but also to help you to embrace your body and to, again, rebuild that connection in your body, right? So if you're waiting for a sign for, when you should improve your fertility, this is it. This is the sign that you've been waiting for. You don't have to wait till, again, the time ticks and the ball drops and all of that. You can start now. So if you want a more structured plan, like I'm sort of just working with this clock here, but if you want a more structured plan, just DM me the word reset on, any of my socials, and I'll help you to get started, and I'll send you a guide. You can also get my free guide in the link in my bio.